Hey all, Glenn Kirschner here. Please enjoy this video on the Political Voices Network.
So the only way Donald Trump will get all his BS in front of the jury about declassifying stuff with his mind and the Presidential Records Act is if he takes the stand and testifies. And we all know he can't. Heck, we saw the E. Jean Carroll deposition. Trump cannot testify. So
Brett Baer's not even a lawyer.
Yeah. When the rules of evidence are in place, not the court of public opinion, but a court of law, Donald Trump is done. He's done. And that's why I say he will be convicted in a Miami minute.
Yeah, and you also said Republican witnesses like Barr, Esper, Bolton, and others will sink Donald Trump at trial. Talk to us about the August 14th date. What's likely to happen next? I mean, that's likely to move, right?
Yeah, listen, we beat up on Judge Cannon a lot. Let's give her props where they're due. She set a very speedy trial date. However, that is simply in keeping with the federal law that says you have to take somebody to trial within 70 days of the day they were arraigned. August 14th is within the 70-day window. Will that trial date hold? I don't think so. The defense will come in and say, humana, we need more time. We can't be ready to go to trial. I also expect Jack Smith's team to walk in, say, we've already given most of the discovery. Judge, the prosecution will be ready on August 14th, which means all the delay will be put on Donald Trump. But I do think this is a signal that Judge Cannon intends to try to get this thing to trial quickly. And I'm not going to say it's because she wants to tank it quickly. I'm not going to buy into that cynicism, even though she has already shown herself to be kind of a bit of an open question, let's say. But I think you're probably going to see the case tried somewhere late 2023, maybe January 2024, which still puts it well in advance of the November 2024 election.
That'd be amazing. Talk to us about the protective order. You talked about the protective order in the Trump case requiring adult supervision for Trump to even look at documents and evidence, prohibiting him from posting, disclosing anything, and threatening contempt if he violates the court order. Well, of course, if history's any guide, he will. Well, what happens then?
Well, in theory, what happens when a defendant violates a court order, there is an order issued by the court called a show cause order, where a defendant is hauled into court and made to show cause why he shouldn't be held in contempt. Contempt can involve fines. It can involve ratcheting up the conditions of release. And ultimately, it can involve putting him in jail if he shows himself unwilling or unable to abide by these protective orders. So, what will Judge Cannon do when he violates her protective order? I don't know, but I suspect she's not going to want to continue to seem so partial and so biased that she's just going to let it all go. I think she's going to impose some sort of penalties.
Yeah. Let's talk about J6, about the next indictment, maybe up the pike here. You said DOJ delayed for more than a year opening a criminal investigation into Trump and his criminal associates for J6 insurrection. What are the consequences of this inexcusable delay, and might there be a silver lining? Oh, I like the silver linings playbook. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Here's the silver lining part, and it pained me. It was gut wrenching when I read Carol Lenig's excellent reporting about how DOJ basically dithered for more than a year. And I don't think it was nefarious. I think they were wringing their hands and doing the legal navel gazing and analysis paralysis stuff.
I said on the air.
That's what the federal government does.
I said on the air, the people I trust the most, you and Adam Schiff, were right. Were, pretty vocal about how impatient you were, and you were correct. But sorry, go ahead, sir. Yeah. Just giving you your props.
Now, here's the silver lining part. So Donald Trump decided that the best way to stay out of prison, the best way to avoid being held accountable for his crimes, was to announce that he was again the candidate for the presidency. What did that result in? That made Merrick Garland have to appoint a special counsel, because now Merrick Garland's boss, Joe Biden, is the opponent of Donald Trump. So Garland's like, so I can't be going after Trump, my boss's opponent. I have to appoint a special counsel. That's what got us Jack Smith. Steph, if we didn't have Jack Smith, I think DOJ might still be dithering, unwilling to move forward because of the kind of bureaucratic incompetence that, runs rampant through our federal government. Now we have Jack Smith. Now we have indictments. We're going to get more indictments. So, of course, it was a tactical mistake by Donald Trump. announcing
Yeah,
that he was
as
again
usual.
running for president.
Well, I think one of the things that infuriated me the most is, part of the caution they said in the article about the DOJ was because of what James Comey did. I'm like, oh, great. So we get screwed twice, both times that would benefit Trump, right? Going easy on him and, screwing Hillary Clinton's chances 11 days before the election. You also just, the Hunter thing, you said a Trump appointed U.S. attorney in Delaware investigated Hunter Biden for years. The case has now been resolved with Hunter Biden pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges for filing his taxes late. And, the gun charge that most prosecutors, of course, have said if his name wasn't Biden, this would never even have been prosecuted. Can you talk about that a minute?
Yeah, I saw so many minor federal crimes that the Department of Justice didn't bother with. Sometimes we would say, you know what, that also violated state law, so the state court prosecutors can handle it. But when it comes to people who don't file their taxes or don't file their taxes on time or engage in some tax shenanigans, the IRS contacts them, says, file your taxes, pay some penalties, pay some interest, pay some fines, and we're going to call it a day. If his last name wasn't Biden, I don't think he would have been prosecuted for any of that. But even more, but here's the thing. If he violated the law, I'm fine with him being prosecuted. I just think we need an equal application of the law, and we need to prosecute everybody who's in a similar class or category. But here's the other thing that's most important. Joe Biden, God bless him, as a president and a father, he said, I'm going to leave the Trump-appointed U.S. attorney in place to investigate my son, recognizing the downside of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one stand-up guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was a Trump appointee who made this prosecutorial decision about Hunter Biden tells us everything about the reliability of it.
Yep. And by the way, I don't know what you make of this latest thing. IRS whistleblowers revealed to the GOP Ways and Means Committee that there was a text message where Hunter Biden demanded payment from a Chinese business partner and mentioned his father's name. It's just, oh my God, they just are not ever going to give up on this, are they?
No, this is more GOP assistance by Jim Jordan and company, trying to cover up Donald Trump's crimes, distract from them, protect Donald Trump. I mean, we all see how these GOP hearings are playing out. The GOP is made to look foolish, and guys like Schiff and Swalwell and Congressman Liu are just tearing these people up because there's no there.
I read your tweet yesterday because I saw the same thing. You said the Republicans called for this hearing. You said it looks more like a hearing called by the Democrats to thoroughly expose and discredit the absurd, wasteful, corrosive, Bar Durham orchestrated "let's investigate the investigators" nonsense, all to cover and protect for a criminal president. I mean, it really was. And you had Republicans beating up on him too. I mean, I don't even know what
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm about ready to call for more GOP-led committee hearings because these are beautiful.
Hi, everybody. Juliana Forlano here for the Political Voices Network. We hope you're enjoying Political Voices and all the content we provide on the daily. Now, there are a few new programs in the wings that are going to launch just in time for election season. If you're able and would like to help us continue bringing you all this content, please help support us by clicking the join button. We're going to have some perks for members, including early video release. You get the information first. Members only chat rooms, live shows, member badges, all the good stuff and more, all coming soon. So click that join button if you can to support us. And rest assured, we will continue to bring you all the great content you have known from the Political Voices Network and more. Thanks so much. See you soon.